Good morning, good people. Today is Monday, December 9th, 2024. My name is Edward Bevilacqua. This is Department of Career Services, and we are here to help our students and other interested people on their journey through this life. Okay, so our theme of today is Occam's razor. Haven't done that one for a while. Occam's razor, law of parsimony. What are you talking about? And we're going to talk about some other things, but the intro to what we're doing, why we're here, who we are, why we're here, etc., is we are here to help our students and other interested people on their journey through this life. This is not it. This is not the whole thing. This is a journey to what comes next. Good morning, what not a bevy. Good morning, what a bevy. What a bevy. Like wada. How are things in Fort Jacks today? Okay, well, anyway, this is for our students and interested people who are not saved and not successful. Now, if you are saved, welcome. However, this is not for you. What you might consider doing is take your beliefs, just put them over here for a second, and be like a student to learn the way other people think. I'm not trying to get into a debate with you, argument that wouldn't really be fair. But this is for people who do not believe they're saved and people who are not successful. However, once again, everyone is welcome. And I would say, always take the position of a student. I'm here to learn. I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to point out why they're wrong. In fact, Jordan Peterson makes a point of you should be around people you don't agree with so you learn more. Because if you only spend time with people you agree with, it's like being in an echo chamber. You're just hearing back from other people the things you already believe to be true. It's good to listen to the other side. Okay, on to our worksheet. Oh, how do we do it? How do we help people move forward? Well, a few different ways. The main way is the worksheet, which is attached down below. It's on Love Thy Neighbor Facebook, on LinkedIn, our webpage, lovethyneighbor-usa.com and gschool.com. You can find it there. You can find it down below. So the worksheet is where the experts are, number one. Number two, is I just saw an interesting email. I want to read it. Number two is the live part or watching the podcast, the routine, the daily routine, repetition. What we want to do is take as many things, turn them into non-conscious behavior as we possibly can. All righty then, so let's get on with the show. Advice from an 80-year-old. Be brave, even if you're not. Pretend to be. No one can tell the difference. Right you are. Seth Godin. What does Seth Godin have to say today? Seth Godin, complaints. The best way to complain is to make things better. Complaining can be a form of intimacy. It's a useful way to explain our behavior. And best of all, it gives us a way to communicate as we work to create community action. The best sort of complaint requires generosity and courage. Complaining isn't whining, though. Whining is communication that exasperates others because it's complaint without benefit or action. The best traveling companions are often those that don't whine, even when they have a good reason to. Whining is empty commentary where no action is possible about something we already understand. We all know it's raining, so in other words, don't complain about it, don't whine. Let's walk. Okay? Make things better. Best way to complain is to make things better. It's a form of intimacy. Why? Because we're communicating. It's a useful way to explain our behavior. Why are you acting this way? Because this other problem over here. Because blank complaint. Fall gives us a way to communicate as we work to create community. Let's fix this problem. Best sort of complaint requires generosity and courage. In other words, you want to make things better. We're willing to do it. Complaining isn't whining, though. Okay, cool. Very good from Seth Godin. What else do we have? Daily Stoic. We have Red Letter. Arthur Brooks is on Daily Stoic today talking about it requires preparation and performance. You want to be a good musician, you want to be good at anything, you have to prepare and you have to perform. You can't do one without the other and be successful. Preparation and performance, Red Letter. Jordan Peterson, Getting Along with People, that's another good one. And now we are good, 6 minutes and 44 seconds into it. We're going to talk about Occam's razor in a second. Just some updates today. I'm going to what? Okay. Well, boom, ba, boom, ba, boom, ba, boom. Okay, I'm going to see the Jesuit today. Yes. So I'm leaving at about 10 o'clock this morning, people. Going to be in Vegas to see the Jesuit. I will be back probably around 4. Let's see, do I have anything going today? Nope. Just got to continue working on my paper. Yesterday I put in a good maybe 8 hours, maybe a little bit more than that, getting the layout of the book and the graphics, which I kind of want to share with Lucy to see if she can do things better. Not better, better, not better. Not used to doing AI graphics, but it was a start, and it's really kind of cool. Very, very cool. So going to Vegas today to see the Jesuit, going to Vegas tomorrow for the weekly meeting with Dr. Linden, and let's see, what else can I do? Got to work on my final paper. Let's see, so far I think there have been 320 points given. I have 315. So I'm right on the edge of a minus, I think, a couple points away from an A minus. So I really got to do good on these things. So, all right, how much time do we got? Let's see, Whatabevy, right back, Boomba what? Boomba. Deanne, good morning, Director. This is Diana. When is a good time to call? I need to speak with you. This is Diana. Okay, somebody named Deanne. Well, I would say the best time to speak to me is at 10:30 this morning when I'm on the road to Vegas and I have time to concentrate. But between now and then, A lot of stuff I got to get done. Okay, hopefully that helps. It looks like you might have somebody else's phone. Cool, whatever. How are things in Portland? And Maria Angelis. Maria, good morning, Maria. This is the day of the Immaculate Conception. I don't know if you knew that. Talking about Mother Mary, who was a poor girl from a backwater town. It appears, best estimates now are that at the time of Jesus, Nazareth had a whopping total of 480 people. Not really good. No civic buildings, no theaters, no, just a hard scrabble town, 480 people, enough to have a community. So that's where Mary came from, a poor girl who now in the communion of saints, a poor girl who is moving away from being the maternal face of God to rejoin the communion of saints. It's kind of the first among equals. She has a special relationship because she raised Jesus in this small town of 480 people. It would be no wonder he wanted to get out of there as soon as he learned to trade, as soon as he was old enough. No wonder he would want to leave if he had this very good intellect, because being in a town of 480 people is not very enriching, but it grounds you. It grounds you into the important things of life, not the superficial things. You don't get drawn off. You really get to prepare for life if you're in a community of 480 people. It'd be like a high school of 250 people where you really know everyone. So that brings more light to when Jesus goes back and he's talking, he's preaching, he's sharing the good news, and people there are saying, where is he getting this? Isn't he the son of the woodworker? Isn't he? We know his dad, we know his mother. Where is this guy getting this stuff? And they got upset and they wanted to run him over a cliff, throw him off a cliff, because they knew him. They knew him very well. It wasn't like with a group of strangers in the temple in Jerusalem where they're saying, wow, this kid's pretty smart. Not like, wow, he's the smartest kid ever. If he was, wow, the smartest kid ever, they would have gone after him. It was like, no, this kid's smart. So his parents taught him some stuff. But anyway, today is the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, the day the angel came to Mary and said, you have been selected by God. Obviously not there. Well, don't know what that means. It's nothing is obvious to me in what you're saying, Deanna. No offense, as Sophie would say, no offense. So, Maria, this is a big day for your namesake. Anyway, Occam's razor, the law of parsimony. What? Okay, this is a way to make decisions. How do you choose to do A or B? How do you know what's right, A or B? And Occam's razor is basically the simplest way to say it is the easy choice, not easy, the less complicated choice is usually the correct one. So if we apply that to the nature of the solar system or the universe, for thousands of years, the belief was that the sun went around the earth. The earth was the center of the universe. Why? Because that's what it said in the Bible. And we all know the Bible is infallible, sharper than any two-edged sword, able to cut to the marrow, etc., etc., etc. Except, oops, yeah, the earth isn't really the center of the universe. The sun isn't even the center of the universe, but the sun doesn't go around the earth. the Earth goes around the sun. So in the theory of the sun goes around the Earth and the planets go around the Earth, there was just a slight little problem that every year, as the Earth is spinning closer to the sun, Mars is going around outside even slower because it's further away. So the Earth is catching up to the sun and it passes the sun, right? Like that. Except if the Earth is the center and it's not moving, it looks like Mars is coming around, then it goes backwards, then it goes forward again. Because as the Earth is coming this way, it's catching Mars and then it passes Mars, right? That's what it's actually doing. But if you put the Earth not moving, it looks like this is happening. Well, it looks like this way. Mars is going this way, and then it comes back again. So there's a lot of very complicated mathematics to try to explain why the planets look like they go backwards. And they would get the math almost right, but there'd be this little thing, God in the gaps. So they would say, see, that's God reminding us he's in charge and he can make the planets go backwards predictably every year. And they had other complex explanations. And Copernicus and others mathematically said, no. If Earth goes around the sun and the planets all go around the sun, then all of a sudden everything works. The math works. So we can believe the Bible or we can believe science and what we observe. Occam's razor says, choose the simpler one, that the sun is in the center and the Earth goes around. Okay. And that kind of happens in religion too, quite a bit, especially when people say, this is what God wants. That gets to be very complex because how do you know God wants it? And what about this other thing in the Bible that said God wants this other thing? It's really dangerous when people throw out Bible quotes. And it's like a red cape in front of a bull is Protestants battling Bible quotes. The battle of the Bible quotes. Well, here's my quote. Well, here's my quote. Here's my quote. Here's my quote. And you can do that all day long if you're just doing Paul stuff. Or Jesus said this, Paul said that, but here's this and here's that. Whereas if you apply an Occam's razor, it would be just stick with the words of Jesus because he doesn't contradict himself. He doesn't really contradict himself. I mean, there are things where people say he contradicts himself, like in forgiveness, just forgive people, turn the other cheek. And then in Luke 17:3, he tells you how to forgive. So some people will say, no, you just need to forgive. Going, well, yeah, but he actually said in Luke 17:3, this is what you need to do to forgive. And in the part where he says, forgive people, he doesn't say, just say it's okay. He says, forgive them. And over here, he says how you forgive them. He doesn't need to keep repeating the process every time. He said the process once. But anyway, there seem to be contradictions. Certainly between the different gospels, there's time differences, et cetera, et cetera. Got it. Gotta go. Love you. Looking forward to tonight. Right. We have our thing tonight. Got our stuff to do. Good. Simple is boring. Well, so you should watch the Darren Daily. It's in the worksheet below. He's saying successful people, his whole point for today is successful people try to do the simple things right. That unsuccessful people get wrapped up in really complex stuff, and it's a good excuse for not getting things done. Bye, Bevy. Okay, people, we're at time. Sorry, my apologies. We're so far ahead that it's crazy. Bonk.